bestie.
Hey.
How are you doing? Good. You
Yeah.
look beautiful.
Thanks. No, you. I love your hair.
Oh my god, thanks. It
Look
looks
at
much
that.
better.
That girl.
She red for Red Rising. It looked better before I shot a wedding today, but you know, we gotta do what we gotta do.
Booked and busy.
This podcast is like a book club for the antisocial. We make a drink inspired by the book we read and talk crap about life and fictional characters. We really hope you listen and drink along.
Effects of listening to this podcast may include reading vivaciously, extreme bouts of laughter, tipsiness from craft cocktails, talking shit about life and fictional characters. Listen at your own risk.
Just a warning, this podcast is explicit. We are all over 21 and there are spoilers.
We warned ya.
Too many books on my TBR. Yeah. Hey, in case I'm looking for my phone later, I just put it under the bar.
I got you.
Oh my goodness. Girl, I have so many notes. So before we get into that though, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
What you drinking? This is nuts.
I don't know. What do we want to call it?
I don't know. What is it about? I didn't even see you make it.
All the things. All the things.
Yay.
The rise of the Reaper. All that glitters ain't gold.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Rise of the Reaper. I love that.
Okay, so this
It's
is
full.
cheers. First of all,
I'm scared. This is why you should watch the podcast, because you can see us struggling. That is a lot of gold. That's delicious.
Yeah. I
Stir it.
was just thinking that. I mean, I have my straw that's in my water. We can sacrifice it. So it's basically a margarita with gold glitter and then topped with red wine, which we've done a wine floater on a margarita before. But this one is kind of just like sums up this book. So we have Reaper that was carved to be gold, but he's red. And he talks about like everyone still bleeds red regardless of their skin color, right? And basically just him being carved and then just clawing his way to the top of these golds and not even being one, you know? So this is going to go someplace. Like Reaper's going somewhere. Mr.
Reaper's going
Darrow.
up.
Yeah. So,
That's fantastic.
and I felt like we needed to kill it because this is wild.
this is insane. This book is nuts.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Well, thank you so much for making this drink. It's delicious. If you haven't already seen our social medias, it is listed there. It's not listed there. It's recorded there.
Yeah.
It's videoed there.
Yep.
Anywho, that's amazing. So if you're just peeping in, the fuck is that? If you're just joining us on this non-live stream, we're reading Red Rising. Is this 22 through the end?
Yes.
Perfect.
I
Ish.
think we read 1 through 22.
So it's 23 through the
Yeah.
end.
Yeah.
So we're reading 23 through the end. So that is what this episode covers today.
Yeah. And just the whole book in general. So
Yes.
I hope you've read it all at this point.
I would sure hope so, because this is crazy. And what you texted this, but what an example of just don't DNF a book.
Don't DNF a book. And if you do
Well-
DNF a book, don't freaking rate it.
That's what it is.
Because if I
Yeah.
would have rated it in the first 8 chapters,
I would have said 0.
I would have said 1 star DNF. But now,
I love it.
oh
It's
my
so
gosh,
good.
how would you rate this?
I don't know. I've gotten away from rating books like 1 through 5 stars. Like the world building, the character building, the setup of the entire book, like it's high up there. I would say like 4.5 to 5.
Yeah, it's really good. I feel that it's hard to rate a book in a series without rating the whole series, because there's another series that I really loved the first book, and so far the rest of the books have like not quite met that expectation.
Drop the T. What is it?
Fourth Wing. I don't think that's like controversial.
You only read Iron Flame though.
No, I read this first and second one.
Yeah, that's Iron Flame.
Oh, then yeah. So like,
Yeah.
see, and so much so
Yeah.
that I haven't even finished yet.
Yeah.
So like,
Fair.
I don't know.
Fair. I agree. Yeah, it is hard to rate a book in a series. I would agree. What about you?
Yeah. It's up there for sure.
I love that we can't commit to an actual reading. That's fair.
It's a good one.
It's a very
It's
good one. I solely based off the first 8 chapters. If I only, the one thing that really bothered me was the way that they spoke to women and the way that they talked about women. But then, like, as you obviously see, like, going through the book, that it was very intentional.
Yeah.
That even within the color system, they have hierarchy there. And so, like, women were obviously the bottom of that. And so I get it. But I alone, between those first couple chapters, really struggled with that. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, this is a boy's book.
Yeah.
I was like, this is the
That was kind of my thought too.
this is the definition of, like, a man writing a woman. But then Mustang shows up.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Oh, that was on
okay.
purpose.
That was on purpose.
But
I
like, I
getcha.
wish we knew that because it did kind of turn us off a little bit.
Did I really struggled with
But
it?
I'm so glad that we didn't give up.
Okay, speaking of characters, can I do a quick character dive? We'll do really fast.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we're good. We're good.
So, we have Mustang, whose real name is Virginia,
Yeah.
which is interesting. I really find all of the characters' names fascinating.
Yeah.
Because they're so bizarre. Part of me is like, did you just open, like, a name book and point to it and you're like, that's the one?
Sit in a cemetery.
But then a lot of these are like Greek mythology based, Roman mythology. He blends so much of the myths that I really enjoy that. So we've got Mustang, Virginia, who is in the house of Minerva, or as we know her, Athena.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have June, who's the baker for Minerva that was stolen. And then is it Fitchner?
I think so.
Audiobooker? Okay.
Filchner. I think it's Filchner.
Oh, I think I forgot it now.
I think it's Filchner.
He's the proctor.
Yes,
and then
he's
go ahead, say it.
Severo.
Yes.
Severo's dad.
Well, I mean that's how I read it. Severo.
Yeah. Severo's dad. How cool!
I loved
I loved it.
I loved that, and especially no. My
Okay,
thoughts. Oh my
okay.
god. Okay, and then the one that I'm gonna have ask for help on for audiobook, is it Milia or Mila? It's spelled Milia. She was one of the followers of Darrow after the very first ones he
I
freed.
think it was
Milia?
Milia.
Milia? It's spelled Milia.
Milia, I
Okay.
think.
Anyways, she was in that first group of I forgot
Freed
to write.
slaves.
Yeah, I forgot to write what house she was in though.
Oh.
It wasn't Jupiter, it wouldn't have been. They
Mm-mm.
didn't go there yet. But yes, incredible person. Okay, Pax.
Wow. Pax.
What a big man.
Dang.
Rip.
That was like, he had such a character arc within just like, for being such a side character, he was such a main character.
That's what one thing Pierce does a really fantastic job as, I feel like, bringing the side characters not bringing, that's not the word I'm looking for, but he develops
Yeah.
the side characters so quickly and intense that we don't know half the story of these people's lives. And I'm like, oh yeah, like this is fully blown.
Right? And even things that he drops throughout, like, what's his name? Cassius going on vacations with, was it Antonia?
Oh yeah.
Just like little things like that he filled in character information about Antonio.
Yeah, within
through
conversations.
Cassius just like dropping something. But yeah, just the little sidebars of how like all the high golds know each other and how like they have family feuds and stuff, and just the way he drops that lore is so good.
Yeah, I loved that. That was incredible. Okay. We've already talked about Severo. And then Lilith, who's part of Jackal's army. She's got teeth in her hair. That was gross.
I love the name Lilith.
Me
though,
too.
Which there's whole other lore there too. I just love
Yeah.
the names.
Yes, and Lilith is like Jackal, or is it Adrius? How did they pronounce it? Ardrias. Well, it's okay. Jackal's right-hand man. Jackal, what a Jackal. He is the son of Augustus and the twin sister to Virginia, which I'm really proud of myself. This is why we annotate, guys.
Yeah.
Because I called them, I said related. And my thing I said, are they related? And not like sister, but still.
But like twin sister.
Yeah.
How freaking wild is that?
Crazy. What a twist. And
Yeah.
then like, do we trust her? Do we not trust her?
Right?
And then Tactus, who scum turned, like, not so scum.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was in the house of Diana. He becomes loyal to Darrow after he tried to... Oh, great point. Hold on. Trigger warning. Here's a massive trigger warning because in this book, and so we will be discussing contents of battle, gore, rape, and slavery, and all the things that, kind of go in with that. So if that's not for you, let's go ahead and skip this episode because it is heavy in here. Okay. Tactus, like, tried to rape someone.
Yeah.
And then Melia was like, no, absolutely not. And then they had we'll talk about it a little bit more, but he became loyal after that to Darrow because of how Darrow handled the situation. Yeah. Okay. Did I miss anyone? I mean, we've already talked about other people in the first. So
yeah, I think we're good.
Okay.
Okay.
Scattered thoughts?
Yeah, let's dive in.
How long is this freaking game?
I think it's 10 months.
That's crazy because he's 18. So it would be more than 10 months.
But how long was he carved for? Because he was 16 when he not died. But he had to spend a lot of time training.
I don't know. Great question.
So I think that was like a year. And then this was like approximately a year. Because if the games themselves were 10 months, they had already been there for maybe a couple weeks. But I think in total, and he may have been a little bit older than 16-ish. And I'm thinking a year of carving and a year of games, approximately. I'm pretty sure he said something about
year
it
of carving. That's crazy. That's nuts.
Yeah, because all that training and stuff to like build his stamina,
Yeah.
they had to rebuild his bones.
Long. It's crazy. I don't know. Even though 10 months is too long.
Well, he even said like he's been in this situation longer than he had been married to Io.
Yeah, that was really sad. Was it in the book referred to as Ragnarok?
No, but it was definitely giving that vibe.
Okay, because when I was looking up the information on it, it kept being referred to as Ragnarok.
Huh.
But I don't remember it ever being mentioned. But it does give that vibe.
Yeah, and I'm trying to remember in the conversation before they basically got dropped off into the war. There was something about like someone made a reference about like Valkyries or something, but I don't think it ever called it Ragnarok. It was just basically like, I don't know. Now that you say that, I think there was like a very loose reference in the very beginning of it. But I don't think they ever said like, this is Ragnarok. But it's interesting that it's referred to as that because there's so many draws to like Greek.
Nordic.
Yeah.
Greek, Nordic, Roman.
Yeah. But I feel like it's so Roman and Greek heavy and not quite as much Nordic, but that's interesting that. Anyways.
I don't know. It's nuts. But let's talk a little bit about Darrow.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Yeah.
I don't know how your notes are set up.
I will follow your lead because I know you broke it up by character, which is kind of what I did, but I have some overlap, so I'll follow you.
Okay. I had to write all my notes out again because I would have talked about this part of the book for 2 hours easily. So I was like, we need to organize. I feel like Darrow is an incredible secret keeper.
Oh, yeah.
So that makes him an amazing leader. But I mean, truly, like every time he notices something, he's like, okay, let me check that in my brain and like not tell anyone.
Right.
Oops, sorry. I'm just clapping over here with my bed. And so I don't know. We see him growing so much from that kid who was like, I can freaking mine this Mars and like not blow it and do the math in my head to a literal leader
Yeah.
of a child's army, but
Yeah.
still, it's nuts.
And he learns so quickly.
He does.
Every time he makes a mistake, he's very good about owning it and understanding that it was a mistake and calculating how he can fix it for next time. So each time that he was still at the Mars Castle and all of his different interactions, he even said "Oh, this lesson was justice and I fucked this up. Let me store that away and do it better next time." And then later we see the situation with Tactus and how he did take all of the different things that he learned on what good leadership should look like and how to get people actually loyal to you as opposed to just afraid of you.
Yeah.
And he really did change the way he was doing things
Yeah.
from all the things he learned.
Let's talk about that because
Yeah.
that was an incredible moment. So essentially, when Titus in the first part of our recording, last episode, we talked about how I don't even remember what he did, but did something bad and they needed to kill him.
He raped slaves. I
Right,
think.
okay. That's what it was. I don't know, just all ones.
Yeah,
That
he
whole
did
part
a lot.
he did quite a bit
Yeah,
to every
a
single
lot of
character.
murder, a lot of bad things.
So Cassius got to kill him. In his mind, it was justice for his brother, and Darrow thought it was a good move. And honestly, when reading it, I was like, I mean, get justice for your brother that you didn't kill, that I just didn't kill. But if I was in Cassius' shoes, I get it, you know?
Yeah, and also in Darrow's shoes
Yeah.
because he did promise that
He did.
he could kill him, basically, that
Yeah.
that was his blood. And also, what was he going to do? Oh, no, Titus didn't kill your brother. It
I
was
did.
me.
Literally,
No,
yeah.
he was backed into a corner to an extent.
Which was nuts. But yeah, and so I thought that was so well tied in from there until where, we find him with Tactus. It's another the words. Some of the names are a little too similar. But that he learned from that. And what I thought was so cool was how he took that lesson
Yeah.
from Titus, took the lesson of what Mustang brings to the table, which is her theory on battle, which is Eo's dream, which was an incredible quote,
Yeah.
by the way, and was able to mesh them together and be able to not only come out on top, but learn from his mistakes and teach an entire army.
Yeah. And they all had so much respect for him at that point. And also the fact that he went to the victim first.
Yes.
And was like,
what do you want me to
What
do?
do you want me to do
Yes.
about this?
That was so freaking okay. I don't know what to do with this laptop because it's getting hit with the light, and so it's so bright. I'm worried it's focusing on it, but I also need to be able to read it. Sorry, that was out of pocket. And
What if we move the light over this way a little bit?
and then we'd be blinded by our
Blaring.
glasses. Blinded by the light. It's okay. I'll suck it up. Okay. Anyways, yeah, and then the fact that his punishment was that he got lashings.
Right.
But he took on the responsibility of his army because he's the leader of it. It's he's the captain of the ship, which I thought was incredible. Where did he learn that, first of all? I know from his mistakes, but that concept in itself, amazing. So then he takes on these lashings and then leads to Tactus being one of his, will not leave him the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Like
Loyal.
AF.
Yeah.
Which I think is crazy. Amazing. But anything else about that before I say something else?
It just is really good leadership, especially for a literal 17, 18-year-old.
That's it.
And in Game of Thrones, Ned Stark is very much that way, but he's very much twice and then some his age and has learned all of, I just love his character, and Darrow reminds me so much of him in his leadership skills, and he's half his age. And,
Wow.
incredible.
I love that. That's so cool.
Yeah.
So another thing that's really interesting about Darrow is that, his little pettiness does come out, especially when he started to carve the sling blades into specifically Mars table and whatever, and it was his calling card to get Severo, which is amazing. But I loved that little tidbit.
But also it's really smart, and just the different things he did to like start rumors and stuff that like he was building up his army basically. And also when he snuck into the castle and like basically told the slave, I am of Mars, and how he kind of finagled his way through that situation.
And she was like, I see what you did there. Okay.
Yeah. Very smart.
I love that. One other quote that was, I think, during the time of Tactus and that whole scene, it says, because when you, this is Darrow speaking to his army, kind of giving them the idea of what, like, okay, I take on lashings, that whole thing. His quote was, because when you do something wicked, it hurts us all. No, I said that wrong. Wicked, it hurts all of us. And that's just I meant to say that earlier when we were talking, but I wanted to bring that up. It's a fantastic quote.
I agree, and it's very much the we're only as strong as our weakest link type thing. And I don't know. I think that he and Mustang make a really good pair as leaders, because she's way more level-headed, and Darrow is a hothead, but he is really wise. So I think that her calmness kind of allows him to take a deep breath and see reason, rather than just lashing out in what his first thought might be, which isn't always so wise. Like, the wisdom is there. He's just got to take a deep breath first,
Yeah, that's so fair. That's so fair. Yeah. Do we want to go into talking about Mustang?
Can we talk about Cassius and Darrow first?
Yes.
Because then Cassius kind of is gone.
Yes.
That's
fair. That's what I have left, or that's what I had next to talk about. But I was like, we brought Mustang.
I do want to talk about Mustang, but let's get Cassius out of the way.
And the cliff that their friendship is.
Yeah.
It was literally headed for a cliff.
Yeah, we said this from the very first part of this is gonna crash and burn.
He's like, my brother. I'm like, ooh. Let's talk about your brother.
Yeah, let's. So Darrow falls for the same trap twice, basically.
Yeah.
Because who is it that lures him into the woods in the first place? Leah? She did.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, she got her throat sliced open.
So did Antonia get Leah to do it?
Yes.
And then just turn around and kill her?
Yes.
Horrible.
Yeah, she's the worst. She's actually horrific.
Yeah. So he realizes it quick. He's like, oh shit, this is a trap. I'm going to stop.
Which the whole time I was like, what are you doing?
You don't even grab, and it even said, I didn't even have time to grab my blades or nothing, Jesus. And I was like, bro, you dumb.
Yeah.
He just acts so quick.
Yeah.
But at least he realized it quick, and he went all PETA and camouflaged himself in the...
He went cake decorating.
He did. And he was like, oh, shit. So, Antonia...
She's crazy.
Yeah.
Which we don't see her much after this.
No. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she was like, come out, wherever you are. I'm going to kill Leah. And he's like, yikes, she dead. And then he goes back and...
Keep talking.
Yeah, that was the first time he fell for that trap, right? And he still doesn't know if Roke is dead. And then, same thing, Cassius was like, oh, I found Roke, right? Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, what do you have it? He did not. Which, it's absolutely wild that the Proctors gave...
Bless you.
That the Proctors gave... Oh, we did not set a timer.
Well, let's just go based off of that.
Yeah. The Proctors gave the Jackal a hollow of Darrow killing Julian, which is
so wrong.
Absolutely wrong. And
Cheater, pumpkins, eaters.
Yep. And Darrow knew it was bad. He knew it was bad from the moment Lilith delivered it. He was like, I feel
Gotta get
guilty
that.
and
Yeah.
anxious. I don't like it. And Cassius stored it away for later. What do you know? And he would. Thing is, Severo was trying to be so good and trying to steal it from him, but then it put it back on Cassius's radar, and he watched it. But that was gonna happen sooner rather than later, anyways.
I just love Severo.
yeah.
But yeah, that was absolutely nuts. But their friendship part, I loved when they took the House of Minerva and they were basically like grabbing the cook because we haven't eaten well yet.
Yes,
so we
that
need to
scene
grab
was
June.
so
Is your name
good.
June? June. June. That was
Throws
incredible.
over the shoulder.
Literally.
She can cook.
She can cook. Let's go.
And Severo being in the back, like, to catch the other guy.
Oh, that was
The
fantastic.
whole Howlers team is wild. I love
Mhm.
it.
Totally. Love them. But yeah, so just to summarize Cassius and their fight, literally horrible. Stabbed him in the gut,
Leaves him
left
for
him to
dead.
die. Yeah, lays him for dead, tells everyone he's dead.
Yep.
The jackal did it. Okay.
Sure.
Take a little breaky break?
Yep.
Perfect. All right, we will be right back. All right, Jessica's on the search for something that I'd brought up, and thank you for looking it up. While you're looking it up, I want to talk a little bit. Oh, my microphone's falling.
Oof.
Sorry, loud noise warning. I want to talk about Titus. So
Yes.
Titus is a red.
Crazy.
That's insane. Okay, when that dropped, I was like, I'm flipping this friggin' book over. Are you kidding? Oh, this is falling again.
Rude.
Hold on. Pause. Okay, there we go. Is it slowly still falling? That's okay. Anyways, I want to know how many freaking reds are there out there, because if Titus was just out and about,
Yeah.
how many failed attempts were there until they got Darrow?
I don't know. And who all knows about Titus and who carved him and what was his mission other than just vengeance for,
Yeah, I wanted to go back because I remember seeing something from like Harmony had said something that was along the lines like, oh, we have others to deal with or something like that. And it clocked it in my brain, but I never went back to go look. So I'm curious to see
Yeah.
what it actually was. Anywho, that was nuts. His quote, this was all around page 218, 219. His quote of Titus is a mad dog. It must be put down. Yikes. Okay, so my question that I posed. Okay, would this book pass the Bechdel test?
All right. So, are there at least 2 women? And I
Yes.
think the women have to have names.
Yes.
Yes. Do the women talk to each other?
Yes.
Do they talk about something other than a man?
No.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No. Which women talk to each other?
It would be Mustang and Mustang. No, I'm just kidding. And Milia. And then Lilith and them had a conversation, but it was about Jackdaw as a man.
Yeah.
This doesn't pass, I don't think.
I don't think so. Did Io and her sister talk to each other, technically.
Yes, but we didn't. Does it count if we didn't really hear the conversation?
I don't know, does it?
I don't know.
It might be right on the line. Did Io talk to Darrow's mom at all?
No? Anyways, just a question that I'm
Yeah. Huh. Okay.
bringing up.
Fascinating.
Oh.
You got a feather.
Is it feather or is it a lime piece?
Oh, that's probably makes more sense.
I thought it was like a mouthful of glitter at first, and it freaked me out. Let's put that right there.
Definitely lime.
Lime. It's all good. You got it.
I don't know why it looked like a feather.
Okay, now that I had to get that question out of the way. How do we feel about Mustang and Darrow?
I love Mustang.
I love Mustang.
Yeah.
I love Mustang.
Yeah.
She gives me Annabeth vibes.
Oh, yes, 100%. I
She's
was
Annabeth
thinking the
coded.
same thing. Absolutely.
You know how much I love
I
Annabeth.
love Annabeth.
Yeah.
So 10 out of 10.
Love it. Yeah, she's incredible. She's such a badass, and she puts Darrow in his place
She does. And she also saves his ass
so many times.
so many times.
Yeah.
He saves her like once or twice,
Yeah.
but she saves him so many times.
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
And when he woke up from his little almost dying, she was singing Eo's song.
I know. She was humming it, and she didn't know the words, and so he taught her the
and
words.
he sang it to her.
Okay. Great freaking point, because this is crazy, okay? So in that scene,
Mm-hmm.
there's a little bit later, I think it might be, where they're having a conversation about the song,
Yeah.
and he sings it, and she's like, "How did you know the words? Like, that's so sad. Like, blah blah blah. Like, what a great whatever." And then they were talking about how she would sing, and her dad would sing with them
Yeah.
until her brother died.
Died.
And so was Augustus singing the songs that are
Banned.
Now
that He
banned?
like hangs people for.
and was it because of the brother? What happened there?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Anyways, that was
And we do learn that the brother was like his pride and joy. Like he was better than all of Cassius's family put together, and Cassius's family killed him.
yeah.
And it's wild. And the fact that Mustang, I don't know, it's so bizarre. And I'm very curious because they have these rings on that is like a live stream, right? So him singing that song is recorded.
There's so many times where I'm like, they're recording you.
I
Excuse
was
me?
so anxious about the whole
They're recording
the singing
you.
of the song, the entire song, every freaking verse.
But she won't get in trouble. I mean, now we know. When I first read that, I was thinking, this was before any comments of things that like made me think, oh, that they related. I thought maybe Mustang came from a family that was possibly like rebellious.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why she kind of knew the songs.
Because she is kind of rebellious herself.
Sure, rebellious. Yeah. I think she's in it for the long run and is going to going to ride into battle with him.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I absolutely think
Yeah.
that. She is, to Darrow's point, the best of the worst.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
He's like, the Golds really are the best. But they're also the worst. And, like, it's not as black and white as we had all thought.
Yeah.
And, like, how much guilt he feels, like, falling for Virginia. One, she's supposed to be everything he hates.
No.
Like, she's a Gold.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but there's so many things that mirror Eo.
There's so many things.
And also, he's still grieving her. And is like, my heart is betraying me.
And that's something that, like, typically when I read in stories and someone dies and then they get right into a relationship, I'm like, what the hell? You didn't grieve. Like, you didn't give
Yeah.
yourself time to think. Like, for instance, this is a spoiler warning for all of Grishaverse, so skip 15 seconds. When, what's-her-face falls for Hannah, Matthias, and Nina, thank you. When Matthias dies, and then Nina goes off, it's like a few months span, not even, and she meets Hannah, and they fall in love.
Yeah.
And I was like, Nina, you were just, like, down bad for this man, and he dies, and now you're like, and that bugged me.
Yeah.
That bugged me so bad, because I was like, it drove me nuts. And so then when I'm reading this, though, I'm like, why isn't this bugging me?
Yeah.
Like, this is strange. But then you think about it a few different ways. One in which they're there for a while. Like, it has been 2 years now at this point since Io has died. And the whole, like, it's been longer than we've been together thing. And, like, there's so many other stuff.
And also the whole, like, nursing back to health from death
Huge thing, yeah.
Like, that's, like, some serious trauma bonding.
Yep.
Which
For
is
both
a
of them.
whole other piece. And also the fact that he came into this hating Gold so much, and hate and love are very similar emotions. And he is fire and ice. He's very hot and cold, and he's very all or nothing. And I don't think it's uncharacteristic of him at all. But even the fact that he continues to stop himself and be like, wait, but my Io, you know, like that shows, I don't know, something about his character.
It shows that, and then also, they never acted on anything.
No.
Ever.
Not until the very end.
Yeah. I mean, and even
then he gave her a little kiss.
Yeah, and it was like,
he was like, I could bring her to bed right now, but now's not the time.
Now's not the time. Which I appreciate.
Yeah.
You know, like the whole spoiler for Akajar, they're fucking outside the battle. I'm like, there's a battle outside. You can't hear the people screaming? The dying? They're screaming for a different reason.
Yikes.
So, like, good on you, Daro.
Yeah.
I mean, do it. Like, get your girl. But, like, time and place.
Yeah. Yeah.
I appreciate that. And I had mentioned this quote earlier, but it's right along with what we're talking about. Mustang's strategy is Io's dream. And that is just that everyone is kind of basically on equal grounds.
Yeah.
And so that's another reason why I think that they're going to be in the rebellion together. Few things that I loved about her when she threw snowballs at Jupiter.
Yeah.
When they were acting like they were so sickly and like didn't have food and whatever, and she just like threw some snowballs. I loved that.
She's great.
I also love, speaking of which, Mustang hating that she was the damsel in distress.
Oh my gosh. Yes, that was incredible. She's
So
like, I hate those bitches.
I hate those bitches and I wanted that.
What do you mean? I hate this trope.
Yes. He literally took Olympus for her.
He killed Apollo. First of all, he said, daggers in the eyes, bitch.
And he's like,
well, he
gravity
had
boots.
to. He said, bloody damn.
Yeah. And he knew.
He knew. He
For
knew
sure.
it had to end. And, oh my gosh, I think my favorite quote that Mustang says when she's talking to Darrow, she says, you're going to do great things, Darrow. Maybe you don't have to do them alone.
I love them. And on top of that, there's another quote on page 284, and it's when they're trying to convince Milia to come onto their army. And he says, no slavery, no beatings. If you dig a shit pit, I dig 2 shit pits for the camp. If someone cuts you, I rip them apart. So will you join our army? And his army, Mustang corrects. I look over her with a frown. And who is he? Milia asks, her eyes not leaving my face. He's the Reaper.
Yes.
Interesting how Io is known as Persephone.
Yeah.
And he's known as the Reaper.
Fascinating. Very fascinating. I love Mustang. The way she talks about her brother, very interesting. When she
Yeah.
first brings up the topic to Darrow, she says, there's a boy here like you, but he will make us all his slaves. So you need to hurry up and evolve.
I loved that. When you and I hung out at the park, I got in the car and it was that part.
Oh, amazing. Amazing. That was so good. But
tell him.
it's so fascinating that not only Virginia, but also Filchner, whatever, they both talk about how much Darrow is like the Jackal.
That is interesting. Why do you think that is?
I don't know, but I find it fascinating. I wish we saw more from the Jackal's perspective, because from where I'm standing, I don't see that many parallels. But obviously, Virginia knows him way better.
Yeah.
And so does Filchner. So I think it's very interesting that they're compared a lot.
It is interesting.
And I also think it's brilliant how Darrow saw right through him when he was pretending to be just like a lowly little.
I loved that whole scene. I have that written down here, but I love that whole scene. They were like, drink with us, get drunk with us. And then he gets in the room with him, and it's like,
I saw right through you. Your hands weren't even shaking. Please.
Sure. It was so good, though. I loved all of that.
Yeah. And then, oh my gosh, Pax putting his body between the jackal and.
See, this is what is crazy, okay? This is a game.
This is a game, and these are children.
They could literally just go hide out.
Yeah.
And be like, yeah, no, this wasn't for me.
And he literally cared so much that he died for the Reaper.
It makes me wonder if some of these people are not
planted.
already.
Yeah. And like, are like, this one's got to live. You got to keep this one alive at all costs.
Yeah, like,
for
who's the Plutarch Heavensby?
Right?
Who's the,
exactly.
like, is that the, Severo's dad?
Right?
Felchner, or whatever his name is?
Because he has offered a helping hand along the way. He's been a little sneaky here and there, but he's
helped.
He has helped. And Severo is clearly a rebel. The way he edited that audio footage, he's like, I don't know what you said at the end there. The wind was pretty bad.
Oh, when he knew. He heard it.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way.
Oh, yeah.
It's so
Suspicious.
Good. It's so good.
It is so good. And so, I don't know. I think he and his dad are in on it. And I think Pax was in on it because why the fuck else would you literally die for someone? You're a child. This is a game. This is school.
Yeah.
And you're putting your life in, but like, you're dying for this kid.
Heavy emphasis on this is school. It's crazy. So yeah,
wild.
it's more. It's got to be more. It has to be more.
Yes.
It's crazy. Speaking of Severo, we'll just skip on to him. Is that okay? Since we were talking about him, he is so brutal in his own way, though, and he's so very sneaky that I think it was so well done and also placed that he was the one who got the invisibility cloak.
Mm-hmm.
I am so curious to see how that plays within mythology in itself too, because that has to be something linked there. It's interesting, but he keeps so many secrets, and he was loyal to Darrow from the beginning.
And he knew that Darrow killed Julian from the beginning.
From the beginning, and Darrow left his sling blade carving for a calling card for Severo.
Mm-hmm. Also, his relationship with his father is so interesting.
Mm-hmm. Completely. Especially when he was like, it was a gift from your daddy. And he's like, oh so you figured
it out. Yes.
Got it.
Yeah. And all of the proctors were absolutely wild. Apollo, fucking batshit. The trap he set for Darrow, first of all, and then when Darrow trapped him back and had all of the family army in on it, and Severo going to freaking Apollo, he's like, how far do you think that
that was
he's run by
so
now?
Good.
And Apollo's like, what the fuck you mean? And he's like, you know these things about these blockers, they can't hear us, but we can't hear them either.
And it ties right into a conversation they had just a little bit ago when Darrow was planning this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
And every time he's met with a Fitchner or any of the proctors, he's like tested the different things. He's like tested the armor, tested the like sound field thing, like tested all of the different things while still getting out of them things that they probably shouldn't have told him in the first place.
So true.
He like finagled information out of them while figuring out all this deep shit about their like technology and whatnot, which is so incredible. So he was prepared for Apollo.
So true.
And I don't know, absolutely incredible. And then Severo's like, I gotta go take a shit. And then what does he do? Goes and takes Castle Apollo.
Takes off. And that the two of them, him and Tactus, took Apollo.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, but also shows you how much Apollo was standing in to help them.
Mm-hmm.
Also. Is it just me or do you picture them in their little invisibility in their little grav boots as the same people who are in Wall-E when they're on their little mopeds and they're going around with their screens in front of them?
That's amazing.
That's exactly how I picture it.
I love it.
It's so good though. And oh my God, the gifts he keeps bringing to Daro. He's totally in on it.
Yeah.
With Nikki and Dancer and Harmony. They have to be your friends.
Yeah. The Pegasus and the knife ring thing. But they came from, who did Fitchner say they came from? The other high house guy that's like third. He's like high up.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't remember.
Which is fascinating
Yeah.
that he's also in on this.
Yeah. Everyone loves him though.
Yeah.
So it's just a select few of those who didn't. So he was like, let's take Olympus. Period. Also,
First time in history.
It's crazy. And I love that they're just playing it off like,
yeah.
Sure. So Apollo flew too close to the sun.
He did. He sure did.
Interesting.
Got his eyes poked out.
That was the most beautiful reveal of him having grav boots, though. Daro having grav boots.
Stunning.
I can see that so perfectly.
Yep.
I can see that in my head so perfectly.
Yep. And then once they took Apollo's and him and Severo switched, he's like, these freaking things are too small for me. You take daddy's shoes.
Yes, that's right. That's when he said that.
And then them being like, the only one that would fit this armor would be Pax. Sad.
That was very sad. And he would look dashing.
For Pax.
Daro said he would look dashing.
And all this finery.
So the cheating.
Yeah, cheat or be cheated.
Cheater or be cheated.
Yeah.
I had to think about that.
That came up several times.
And I was like, ding, 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 you're related. Period.
Yeah. And also going back to his conversation with the jackal and him being like,
familiar.
This guy is like kind of familiar.
Yep.
This guy says familiar things. I've heard these things before. These mannerisms are familiar.
The Mustang was trying to tell him.
I know.
Like, we have to talk. I understand that you're busy.
But
I have to tell you something not in this room. Okay, we'll talk after.
Okay, bye.
So when that whole thing happened, and he saves her from Olympus, which is crazy that they freaking abducted her in the first place.
Yup.
But also shows you how much he loves her. Okay.
Mm-hmm. He saw red. Apollo said, "We got your girl," and he said, "Fuck no, you don't. Don't want to piss me off.
My Mustang? Not today."
And that was the only time he slipped up with the bloody dam versus the gory dam.
Great point.
Yeah, the only time a lot of shit went down, and he stuck to his part.
His girl, and you said, "You're not taking another girl from me."
No.
The love of my life. The other one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. So, oh no, what was I saying? It's okay.
Olympus.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
They took her. That's wild.
Yeah. Poopy. Oh, yes. And then he was like, "Oh, well, you get Jackal for me." Which, first off, that's bold, saying like you go get Jackal for me. Take half my army, blah blah blah. When we got to that point, were you like, "Oh, she's gonna flip the switch"?
No, I knew she was loyal. Yeah. There's no fucking way. There's no way. I was like, don't doubt her. Don't doubt her for a minute. Are you kidding me?
She saved you. She literally saved you. But also, what would you give to be able to read her point of view?
Oh my gosh.
Going to see Jackal, having the conversation, beating his ass,
stripping him
down, wrapping him up, being like, "Hey, little bitch, you're coming with me." Like, and then seeing,
even with daddy's help, you ain't shit, boy.
Your mommy and your daddy, yes, we're the same mommy and daddy, cheated for you,
but you ain't shit.
And you still can't win.
My boyfriend is gonna whoop your ass.
I know who your daddy is.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But also to see, I would have loved to understand what was going through her head when she saw Daro and realized like, oh,
he thinks I betrayed. but also so much
understood, though.
grace that she extended
she
and
knew.
was like, you know, I get it. I get why you doubted me,
Yeah.
but like I got you.
Mm-hmm.
But she totally could have been so pissed and be like, what the fuck? Like, I saved your life and you're going to doubt me? But she was like, no, Darrow, I get it. But
But
I got you.
But I got you. I got you, love. I can't wait to see how they play out.
him and Fitchner's not conversation, though, about it, of him being like, and the third thing, you sent Mustang with all your best to go get her brother. And he's like, oh shit. He's like, oh, but you know, if you trust her, it's fine. He's
Third thing is never mind.
yeah, never mind. Don't worry about it. He's like, no, what do you mean? Don't worry about it.
Yeah. That relationship is very interesting.
Yeah.
And I also wonder, part of me, obviously he needed to steal the grav boots and all that stuff. But do you think he locked him up there to protect him from the other?
Probably.
Yeah.
And also just the fact that once they took Olympus, he even put like who he told the Pinks, was it, like, hide because my army doesn't necessarily know the difference. Same thing of like he was just trying to protect anyone that wasn't in the
Yeah. And then all of the rest of them that were left were tied up except for him. He was left just hanging there. Hey.
And he was like, if any proctor
picked
gets
the
an
right-
award, it should be this guy.
I picked my right dude.
Yeah.
I loved that though. Okay, so we already talked about the jackal pretty much, except for him sawing his arm off. I need to get the footage from Fern and Fable because I was reading that part at Fern and Fable, and I kid you not, I tried to like, it happened. I read it and I was trying to comprehend what was going on, and my stomach was turning. I didn't eat till like 4 p.m. that day because I was like, I cannot. So then I tried to take my phone and take a picture of what my face was, and I was like, this isn't it. I need that footage. He sawed off his hand, and he was like, you don't understand. I can just get another one.
And he's like, these other people do my work for me anyways. It doesn't matter.
And when he runs away, freaking Jupiter and whatever and the other proctors were outside trying to save him.
Yeah.
No.
Wild.
And then at the end, we find out allegedly it's because Augustus was told by his wife, you better save my man, my boy,
Yeah.
my kid. Sorry.
That's like the toxic boy mom life. Like,
Mhm.
bro. But, okay, so how about Pax giving him the, what's it called? The blade thing that cauterized it, basically.
Yes.
And then for him to just turn back around and kill Pax. Also, that's the same type of blade that Cassius stabbed Darrow with, but it wasn't on, so it didn't cauterize the wound like it should have. But those things are wild. It's like a freaking
Those things are wild. But I was literally like, Pax, don't do it.
I know.
Don't do it. It's gonna end wrong. And then he fell on top of Darrow and was being stabbed while. Oh, I didn't even hear it. Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, we gotta wrap this up.
Yeah.
Damn it. Okay. That's okay. We're almost at the end. Anyways, that was disgusting. There was so much disgusting. My stomach turned so much in this freaking book.
I know.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that was rough.
It's crazy. Okay, a few of my random thoughts.
Okay.
On page 341, Milia says, promises are chains, both meant for breaking. I think it ties into page 380 when Darrow thinks I am the hammer that cracks the chains. When talking to Augustus, when Augustus brought to his attention that he, A, was like, oh yeah, I cheated. B, I want you as my son.
Yeah. And also, I think it's very fascinating that Augustus was like, because Darrow was like, you want me to stay away from your daughter? And he's like, no, I don't give a fuck about that. Like, my seed is weak. Like, I don't care about, like, the lineage stuff. I find that fascinating because I would have thought that he would.
Yeah.
You know? And he's like, Cassius's family cares about that. I don't care so much. I, like, he reminds me of the Collector in Marvel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
that's a great
right?
point. Mm-hmm.
And he collects the different, what is it called? apprentices.
yeah.
Apprentices.
Mhm.
And he wants powerful people in his circle, you
Mhm.
know?
Which is nuts.
Which is nuts. But I also do think it's fascinating that he doesn't really care about, like, he's like, oh, no, you're fine. You can be with Virginia. I don't care about that. I think that's fascinating.
It is fascinating, but he also couldn't have given 2 cents. Who did he help in that arena?
Literally.
Not her.
His son.
Not once.
Yeah, that's true.
She was dying, and Darrow had to go out and get the antibiotics.
Mhm.
Oh, I want to talk more about this scene. Okay. Anyways, so along with that conversation with Augustus, they have, I think it's Augustus talks about how, like, or I know, he goes on about like weapons and blah 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 and words or weapons and blah blah blah, and then Darrow says on 381, words are a weapon stronger than he knows, which is so good. So he graduates as a high-ranking gold peerless scar, which is, I don't understand a word of that, but I wrote it down.
I think it's that there's no peers that match him, and they
Mhm.
get the scar when they graduate.
Which
Because
is
they're all
crazy.
the scarred ones,
Yeah.
like the graduates.
So
right?
weird. So then, and then I also think that another test is how they adjust to everything.
Oh,
I
for
think
sure.
that's going to be another test.
Oh, for sure, because they all have this fucking trauma that now they have to be like, oh, we just murdered a bunch of people. Let's go about our lives.
Literally. It's crazy.
So,
Fuck. Okay, this is just going to be Tipsy Book Reads logo on top of
Sound.
it. because
sound only.
I am not.
No, absolutely not. So, yeah, that's wild. And now Darrow is going off into the world to go to another school? The academy?
I don't understand. I need a break. Hello? My microphone is slowly going down.
He's going to the academy to learn how to drive a ship.
Yeah, I'm going to have to do more research on what that is because I don't understand
Like
that.
a spaceship?
I mean, that would make the most sense, right? Because they'd be planet hopping.
They do.
They planet hop. But
Hmm.
anyways, so our next book is The Golden Sun
Yeah.
by Pierce Brown because did you
What
think
the
we were going to start? What the
fuck?
fuck?
We've got to keep reading this.
We had other like listed
and we were like, no,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
We
We
gotta
are
read it.
finishing the series.
yeah, so we're going to finish the series Golden Sun unless we like read through Golden Sun and we're like,
We're like,
"Meh."
fuck this.
We'll read this on our own time. But yeah, so pick up Golden Sun from your favorite local bookstores. We'll be picking up ours from Fern and Fable. And yeah. I love this. So what
good.
kept me up and what kept me home? Are you ready?
Yeah.
I have mine. What kept me up? I read this book called Hum by Helene Phillips. I didn't realize there was an E at the end. I think I may have misspelled that. But anyways, it's insane. If you want so many words just came into my brain and I couldn't pick one. A horrible, amazing, horrific story about our future that is very near. Go ahead and read Hum.
Okay.
It's, It's AI based, not her writing, but what it's about. And I kid you not, as I was setting up my new beautiful laptop, one of the questions popped up was almost word for word of something that happened in the book.
Yikes.
And
no, thank you.
I literally was like, I hate it here. Decline.
Decline. I return this. I want nothing to do with
This
it.
is
Let me go
insane.
off grid.
Insane.
No,
it's
but
insane.
Yikes.
I
No,
would
but yes.
definitely say trigger warnings if you are a parent because there's a lot of like scary things that go along with
Oof.
that. What kept me home? The Tiny Bookshop game.
Oh yeah,
I
you downloaded it.
Freaking love
Did you
it.
get it on your computer or your Switch?
I couldn't figure it out on the computer, so I have it on my Switch.
Nice.
So
nice.
it's so fun. I love it. What about you?
Okay, so what kept me up is I cannot figure out the freaking, how are they gold? Are they born gold? Are they rose gold? If Virginia and Darrow have a baby, what color is it going to be? Because he was carved gold. He was not born gold. So his DNA is red, right? So like, I don't understand.
I don't know. I have
I'm
no clue.
so confused. Please, somebody explain to me, why are they born these colors and why and how? And I don't know. I've literally put so much thought into it and I'm so confused.
Did you Google it?
I did, and it didn't really give me it just gave me the breakdown of like what the different classes were. And I was like, but but what do they look like when they're born? Are they only gold because they can bake for 9 months, as opposed, like, is how many months they bake what color they end up? Like, I am so confused.
I have more questions now.
And then what kept me home? I don't know. Just living my
Your
life.
child.
Yeah. Yeah, literally wild child. Keeping me on my toes.
That's for sure. Okie dokie. Join us next week. I promise we won't go over.
Or maybe we will.
This is
I
an
don't know.
hour.
Yikes. Anyways.
Great things to talk about. Next week, Golden Sun.
Oh, yeah.
Join
Not
us.
next week. Next time.
Next time. You're so right. We're not doing this
Not
next week.
next week.
But yeah, so our book of the month of September
Yeah.
is Golden Sun.
Mhm.
Cute. Okay. Bye.
Bye.